All right, we have a special guest here today. We got Jeremy Landowski, bad grandpa, 5-2 amateur fighter, riding a 3-fight finish streak. How we doing today, brother?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. I can't complain myself. You got a big fight coming up next weekend, not this weekend. How are you feeling about that one?
Feeling good, dude. It's like probably the best I've felt, especially with this long layoff and stuff. I
Mm,
was out of shape for a little while, came back, and now I'm feeling like pretty much the best I've pretty much felt ever. So
that's good. What weight class is this one at?
this is at 170.
170.
Yep,
Banger. How's the weight going?
it's good. I started pretty heavy. I don't know if you see me on that PFC card, but I was looking pretty chunky, dude. Yeah, coming back from the injury, I just got fat as shit. So I feel good now,
That's how it
though.
is. You get that layoff, but yeah,
Yeah,
you're healthy now. Feeling ready.
yeah, I'm right in the range I need to be, so I'm feeling good.
That's good. It's always nice not to have too bad of a weight cut. So your last fight, it was the cage aggression knockout, correct?
Yep, back in March. Yep, last March.
Back in March. Tell me a little bit. Tell everybody how that one went and kind of what went into that one.
Yeah, that one went great. I went into it. I was kind of planning a pro debut around that time, so that was kind of the plan, and things kind of changed. I was supposed to fight in like February-ish, but that kind of fell through. So this one came up. So I already kind of went into that one knowing that was gonna be my last amateur fight. I was gonna look to go pro after that. Went in there feeling really good. It was like the first one. My daughter was in the crowd, so I was just like super confident going in there. Just had something. It just felt different having her there, and went in there and got a knockout in like 27 seconds, 24 seconds, something like that. But ended up breaking my hand in that fight though, so that started my long layoff.
Ooh, yeah, that's no fun. I definitely know about breaking hands. I've done that a couple times. Um, so in that one, when you broke your hand, did you know when you broke your hand in the fight, or did you, like after the fight you just realized that it was broken?
No, I didn't feel anything in the fight. Finished with some hammer
Okay.
fists and stuff like that. Walked out of the cage, felt great, but I was like holding my daughter in the back. I was holding her, and all of a sudden she just started getting real heavy. I'm like, oh, that's not normal. They started cutting my hand wraps off, and it felt like they were like ripping my finger off. Dude, it was crazy.
Not good, not fun to deal with. But you went in there, got the first round finish. You're a known finisher. Would you say striking's what you love to do? What you're like focused on doing when you enter the octagon?
Yeah, especially now. Yeah, started off as a wrestler, but eventually I figured out I could throw some hands and just never wanted to shoot a takedown again. So
Right. Yeah, I remember I was there for your amateur debut. That was at Pure FC, right? Fought I forget the guy's name. What was his name?
Rose, what do you love?
Yeah, dude, that was a fucking. For those that don't, is that on YouTube?
It is. Yep, yep.
I'll post like in the video. I'll post some highlights of the fight. But dude, that was a banger, back and forth fight. So let's talk about that fight. How did you get into martial arts? What made you want to take up fighting?
So like I said, I wrestled a little bit for like 10 years, and then when I graduated, I just didn't do anything for the first like year after graduation. But once COVID hit, I started working out again. My buddy Steve started training here at Unified, and he brought me in just to start lifting. I hopped into a class pretty soon after that, and just kind of fell in love with it. And then had a pancreation match scheduled pretty much like 6 months in. That fell through, but then I ended up fighting like 13 months into training. So
Pretty early in the training. You got right to it.
yeah, yeah.
And then so was that a third round knockout you got in that one? TKO?
Second round, second round.
Second round.
Yeah.
Dude, I felt that fight was fucking crazy to watch because it was just back and forth. It felt way longer than it was then.
Oh,
I remember thinking, dude, just back and forth, war. Is that kind of a like what you kind of bring to a fight? Is you're willing to go in there and throw caution to the wind, or are you more? Would you say that's the older Jeremy, and now you're more calculated?
I mean, it'd be great if I can go in there and get these quick finishes every time, but I'm definitely game for a little bit of a war. I kind of want a war with this one. I've had a couple of fast finishes now, faced some adversity still, but nothing really like super tested me. I feel like I still haven't like fully shown the range of my skills. I had a kickboxing match where I feel like I could really show my striking back in April of 24, but since then, yeah, but since then I haven't really had a long fight, and so I've had all these long camps getting ready for this war, and then all of a sudden these quick finishes. So I'd like to get another war in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So your opponent, Tyler Petrick, what do you know about him, and kind of where do you think that you have the advantage in this fight?
Uh, so Tyler, I remember the first time I ever seen him fight was at that Three River Throwdown card. He ended up fighting one of our
Hmm.
teammates, and I remember he won. He knocked our guy out, Mike.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to throw him under
Mike.
the bus, but
Yeah,
he
Big
did
Mike.
he beat Mike.
Damn.
Um, But
So good. And,
yeah, I remember seeing that. And I was like, I gotta fight this guy sometime. I know I had to fight this guy.
right.
Um,
You had to get it back.
right. I gotta get his lick back. But yeah. So at that point, I was like, from then on, I kind of knew about him. You know, we're all a pretty close community, and we're around the same skill level, around the same experience. So it was just kind of a fight that was bound to happen. But I know he's a game fighter. He's got a lot of experience. He's got like 8 pro fights at this point. He's been training fighting a little bit longer than me, about 2 years longer than me. Well rounded, ready to scrap. I think his strong suit is probably his grappling, so I think he's gonna try getting it there. But I think I can pretty much get this fight done anywhere. Pretty confident in that, you know. If I can keep it on the feet and keep it like an exciting fight like that, awesome. If it goes to the ground, I feel pretty comfortable there too. So
That's dope. Yeah, you got to be well rounded in this game, especially coming up those professional ranks. What kind of obviously three knockouts in a row in the first round? That's pretty obvious. You might need to step it up and move to the pros. But what was the kind of the switch that made you say, okay, I'm ready to go to be a professional fighter now?
yeah, that was a big part of it, just getting those finishes. But I've had with kickboxing 9 total fights as an amateur, 7 MMA, two kickboxing. So I feel like the experience is there. Um, I'm not getting any younger. Like I'm not old, but I'm 24 going on 25. So I just think it's like the perfect timing. I think I'm kind of hitting just everything's just hitting right. You know, I'm getting different cross training. Um, yeah, everything just feels good. You know, I feel like I'm at the top of my game. I feel like I've never been better. So I feel like this is a good momentum swing to get in there. I had this long layoff to kind of get my mind right and really, no, I really want this. You know, it's the long layoff just takes you out of it and not just want to fight. That's the main thing I want to do right
Right.
now. It's like the main thing in my mind. So it's like perfect timing for it. You know, like I said, I've been planning it since. Um, I'll have like these little notes everywhere, like on my mirror and I'm like in my car that say "Pro, you're gonna win your pro debut," and I dated it. The first one I have dated is like December of 22. So like since December of 22, I've been like kind of planning this, you know. So it's a long time
That's
coming
dope.
for sure. So
Right. Yeah, and you talked about your cross training. So your main gym, Unified Martial Arts, that's in Anago. Where else have you been training for this camp?
down at GM3s in Green Bay. So
With Coach Brockway there?
yep, with Brockway. So I've been with Brockway for my last 2 camp or so that's the last camp I was supposed to fight in September, and then the camp before that I was getting work with him.
Hmm.
And now this one I've been down there a couple times. So
Yeah. And for those that don't know, Brockway, Alex Brockway, is a coach for Dante Johnson. Uh, what has it been like seeing what Dante's done? I'm sure that's been pretty motivational. You were there. You fought on the same card as him when Dante made his debut. What has it been like seeing what he's done in the past couple of years?
oh, it's super inspiring, dude. It's crazy to see because it's more of a relatable thing. You know, I know him. You know, like we're not like main training partners or anything like that, but we're like he's my buddy. I know him, love the guy. So it's just like super inspiring to see that. It makes it more of like a tangible thing, kind of. You know. So
Right. It feels way more realistic. Like before, it felt like UFC fighters were just crazy people, but now it's kind of realized that they're human. They're just like us. They're just normal guys, and it can be done, and it can be done quick.
yeah,
So, is that going to be kind of your motivation? Is to pump out these pro fights quicker, or do you think you'll take your time? Obviously, you never can plan it, stuff with injuries, and you can't always predict what's going to happen. But for you, like, how many fights would you try to have in 2026 here?
I want to stay active. I want to get one. I'd if as long as I'm coming out of this one healthy, I'd like to fight again this summer for sure. Hopefully this spring. I do have a kid coming. I have a little baby boy coming in June, so that's gonna I have to kind of plan around that. But I'm still hoping to fight in July. I want to get at least 4 fights in, see where it gets me. So
Hmm. Right. Yeah, that's dope. And kind of tell me, you fought, I know, on a couple different promotions. I like to ask people this. What has been your favorite promotion to fight for?
uh, it has to be case aggression. I mean, the show they put on down there is just kind of different than anything I fought for before. I mean, I fought in LFA, but got my ass whooped. So I can't really say I like LFA that much. I got my ass whooped a little bit, but
With that,
yeah, with
right?
case aggression, I'd say it's probably my favorite. I love these hometown shows that are a little bit closer, get more of my fans there, and they always treat me great. But case aggression just feels like it's a bigger show. You know, it just feels great to be there, and they've always treated me well. I've had some of my best performances there. So
Yeah. No, they do. I was just there this past weekend with Keegan and all them, and yeah, they do a really good. Everything there is really legit. The lighting, the production of everything. I really like that show, and like honestly, like production wise, I think they're honestly better than LFA. Like LFA, I think is a bigger promotion, but like just production as a whole, like the whole event, I think they're actually like one of the top ones, like regionally wise. They do put on a really good show.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
you didn't fight for a belt for them, did you?
For cage aggression?
Yeah.
No, no. Just
No,
my last two fights
it
were there,
was
but no belts.
Superior, right?
Yeah, that was
Was it
for.
Superior for a belt?
Yep, that was for inner strength.
So yep. So talk about that one, your inner strength fight. I was there for that one recording. I know I have footage from that one. What did it kind of mean to win an amateur belt in that one?
Oh, dude, it was great. It's kind of like a. It's just a huge moment, you know. I had a lot of family there. It was probably the biggest crown I've had so far, even being so far north. Um,
Right.
but just holding that belt just feels like something, you know, like kind of like a kind of a cap to like something, you know. It's just you can hold what you like your success is, you know. It's super cool. Rob was great up there, you know. Everybody treated me great, and I think the crowd didn't like that I won initially, but I think I kind of grew on them.
You beat the
So
hometown guy.
that's true, and it's true, old Dickie Daff run. But yeah, it was awesome.
Right. And you got a. Did he tap to strikes in that one? Was it, or how did he?
So
Or was it in the corner?
yeah, so he didn't come out for the second. Yeah, so he didn't come out for the second round. It was a
Burned him in the first.
yeah, it was a rough
Technically,
first for him.
yeah, yeah, got his ass. Otherwise, that'd be you'd have fucking 4 or 5 first round knockouts. Then all your fights would be first round
Yeah,
knockouts.
she just got his ass out of there.
So like going into this fight, do you feel like any kind of different pressure from any normal fight, or is it just another fight for you?
Pro debut is a big thing, so I think the pressure of that's it's not like weighing on me. It doesn't like feel too much different, but I think like next week getting into the weight cut and everything, it'll probably feel a little bit different. I
Mm,
think with like I said, the long layoff, it does bring some extra pressure with people asking when you gonna fight, when you gonna fight. Trust me, I want to.
right.
I just got to make it, you know, got to make the timing right. So there's a little bit of added pressure for that, and then just the fact that I haven't done it in a minute. It's been a year. It's a little bit, but I feel great
Right.
going into it. So
That's good. Yeah, and hopefully this one goes good, and then you get back in there and start running them off because that's when now you're making them count, starting to get a little cheddar for it.
yeah,
I know that's probably a little extra motivation. Finally, starting to get besides ticket sales, like getting paid for the fighting. That obviously it's not like crazy money when you first start off as a pro, but hey, it's better than
yeah,
just fighting for ticket sales for
right.
sure.
I was getting paid nothing before, so
Right. That's the crazy thing about amateur fighters, and I don't think people like realize that too often. Is that when you're an amateur, you don't get paid anything but some ticket sales or maybe some pay-per-view sales if they have a pay-per-view. But yeah,
yeah,
it's slim pickings as an amateur.
right. I was always blessed with some. I have always had a decent amount of sponsors. I started my debut. I had like 3 or 4 sponsors already, just people I know,
Mm,
and so I've always been pretty blessed with that. So I've done pretty well as an amateur, but yeah, getting some pro money will be nice.
right. Who's your biggest sponsor? Who's someone you want to shout out here quick while we got it?
Uh, there's a bunch of them. A&D Renovations is probably my main one right now. They really helped me out a lot in camp, outside of camp. They've been like some of my biggest supporters.
That's good.
Barks and Rec is like they were with me since my first fight. Um, so that's nice. Tavern Front, it's a hometown bar I have. They're doing a little watch party for me. They've done a watch party for the past couple. They always treat me great. So those are a couple of my main ones there. And then most of them are people that are local that I know. Star Spangled Novelties is one that I've known since he used to watch me wrestle when I was a kid. So like that's kind of a full circle moment there too. So
That's
can't think of the rest of them off the top of my head right now. But .com Branding does
dope.
all my shirts.
Too many.
Yeah, Card
Yeah.
Hub, bunch of them.
Yeah, that's dope. So kind of tell me, who are some guys you look up to in the UFC or like to watch in the UFC, past or present? Who are some guys Bad Grandpa looks up to or liked as a fighter?
Yeah, but definitely Volkanovski. Got the little
Hmm.
shirt on today. Adversity is a privilege, but I say he's my favorite fighter, and just the way he handles himself and stuff is definitely something I look up to. Um,
Hmm.
Obviously Dante, now that he's in there and doing his thing, it's awesome to see, like we were talking about before. Um,
Right.
but yeah, Volk's definitely my favorite fighter, so I'd say him for sure.
And for sure. And then past or present, obviously you're at welterweight. So past or present, obviously not right now because right now you're just starting off as a pro. But who would be a fighter that like when you get up there and you start in pro fights, whether they're still fighting or not still fighting, who is someone where you think like, damn, that would be cool to fight him in the future? I'm not ready now, but in the future,
Probably get my ass whooped, but Islam's at 70. It'd be a cool fight just to be in there with him, you know. Otherwise,
even just to train with him, like yeah, even if it would be someone that not even just to fight, but just to be around and train, who would be? It'd be Islam at 70.
him, I really like Kamaru. When I first started watching Kamaru Usman and Israel Adesanya were two of my guys, so probably one of those two too. So
Yeah, they were killing it. Like when we first started in like 2020, they were on top, and now it's like both of them are just freaking
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was those two
going down.
Volk. They were all popping off at that time. So
Right. Volk still he's
hey,
back up now.
he's still
Volk's
champ.
back up.
He's still champ.
He got it back. That was good to see. Are you aware of like any of the fights this weekend on the card for the UFC?
What one is this weekend?
327. It's
Oh,
Yuri versus Carlos
that's
Olberg.
right.
Joshua Van was supposed to fight on it, but he pulled out last week.
Yeah, he got moved to the next pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple other good fights. Paulo Costa's fighting Azamat. I'm spacing on. There's another banger on it too. Uh, Josh Hokett's fighting Curtis
Oh, that's right.
Blades.
That fucking guy.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
You
Yeah.
you like him? What do you think of his? Could you ever see yourself kind of like changing? Not that he like changed himself, but he's just like he's putting on like a character. What do you think about that in MMA? Do you think that's something you'd ever be into?
I think it's cool. I mean, I don't know that I have like the personality for it. I'm not like I'm funny here and there, but it's not like I don't know if I could put on a whole personality. I feel like keeping it real is just the way to go, you know? Um,
Right. Definitely. It works for some people. Some people like that Colby Covington or just
yeah,
like it's kind of like a WWE character almost. Like it's just like
yeah,
everyone knows you're just like playing a character, but it's still super entertaining. And it worked for him. He's getting like a big fight. Obviously, it's his second. I think it's his second fight in the UFC or third fight in the UFC, and he's fighting top 10 guy in the world.
yeah,
So it was working a little bit. So I
yeah.
was just curious on what you kind of thought. I know you're a WWE fan too.
Oh yeah, yeah. If I could figure out a character, it'd be great. You know, Bad Grandpa is kind of a character in itself, but if I could,
Right.
I feel like that's still me. You know, if I could change it up and it gets me somewhere, sure, I'll do it. But I just don't know what I would do. I don't know if I get it real crazy like Josh is doing, but
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's a wild man. He says some crazy stuff. I don't know.
yeah.
I couldn't do that either. I wouldn't want to get beat up outside the
Oh
house and
yeah,
just jump on
right, right.
some hoodlums get him for talking crazy on
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
Who are some of the people like outside of the cage, like coaches wise, and just people that have helped you in this one? I want to give you a chance to shout them out and give them their appreciation.
Yeah, so coaches wise, you know, Daniel Sokolowski, he's the owner of Unified, and he's been with me my whole career so far, and he's given me the space to train and um, really helped build me to this. And then Jason Honesy, he's up here too. He's been kind of busy with himself. He had a kid, and he's got wrestling and stuff, so he hasn't really been in this camp. But my career overall, he's been one of the biggest influences. And then obviously going down by Brockway at GM3. So coach wise, that's the main thing. And then just a little shout out to my guys up here. I have like a little core group, me and then Angelo Barron. Me and him have been main training partners for 4 years now, something like that. And then Justin
I've
Nowet.
seen he was on your Tapology. You beat him.
Yeah, yeah. So with that one,
I thought that was funny when I seen that because I was like, I'm pretty sure that's his teammate. And I looked at him and I was like, Yep,
oh
that is
yeah,
sure enough
that's my
his
boy,
teammate.
dude.
How did that come together?
So he had like two guys pull out before the week of the fight, and then got another. So the week of the fight, he had a guy pull out early in the week. Got another fight confirmed at like heavyweight. Then that guy pulled out on like Thursday. He's like, I want to do something. My family's going down. I'm like, dude, I'll grapple you. And so
He said, I'll
I'll do it. You know, Danny messaged Jake. He's like, fuck it, if they want to get in there, let them. So we ended up going in there. We just made an agreement like, hey, we're going all out. Whatever happens, happens. But yeah.
That's funny. You guys should have had like a choreographed match, like a banger
Oh
five
yeah.
star fucking
That probably would have been
standout match.
better.
That'd be
Yeah.
funny as hell. Uh, that's funny. I thought that was funny when I seen that I think it was your most recent one on Tapology is that grappling match against him.
Yeah.
If I'm not
I hate seeing it on there, but yeah.
it's probably funny though. It's not like you fought him or anything like that.
Right.
Just some grappling.
Yeah.
Just something you can show him. Be like, haha, I gotcha.
Yeah. It's funny now, but
Who are the other training partners? I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're all good. Yeah, Justin Nowak, he's one of my main training partners too. Me, him, and Angelo are all around the same weight. He's been here for a couple of years. He's got a fight coming up too. Him and Angelo both. Brendan
Is
Kahn,
he fighting on Superior Card?
Justin is, yeah. So Angelo's fighting for Ignite. Justin's fighting
Okay.
for Inner Strength, both in May. And then Brendan Kahn is the next one I wanted to mention. He's fighting in May as well. It looks like he's got a fight. He just accepted today, I believe. So, but yeah,
That's dope.
he's pretty new. He's been here for almost a year, about a year. He when he came in, it was when I was in my layoff, my hand and stuff. But once I came back, we got really close. So
That's dope. What weight's he at?
so he fought at 35 twice, but I think he's going on 25 now. I think his next fight might be at 30, but yeah, he's going on 25.
All right, brother. I need to hear the prediction for next week Saturday. How if it perfect world, how does it play out? Give me a play by play real quick.
Perfect world, we just stand and bang for a little bit. I want a little bit of a war, like I said before, but I get that first round finish.
Mhm.
I don't want to be like too overconfident, but it's a pretty good bet so far. I mean, I've had a couple of them now, so
Right.
with the longer round, I think it's just gonna be more time to work. I want to face a little bit of adversity. I want it to be more of a scrap. I don't want it to be quick. You know, I want to get in there and just both of us just go in there and fucking start swinging. You know, obviously I don't want to get in there and get crazy. I want to keep it technical, but I want to face a little bit of adversity pretty early and then just finish them in the first. Get out of there, call it a day.
Yes, sir. I'm excited for it. Have you fought for a three river before?
Yeah, so I had a kickboxing match for him back in 24. Yeah,
You like your show?
yeah. I mean, it's a great show. I've been there, so I went to the last one they had in September. But I've been to that show a couple times. Well, that was like one of the first shows I went to and watched in person too. Um, so yeah, I love it. They're always great. It's great to work with them.
What's the guy's name that runs it? I forget his name.
Eric Anderson's the one that runs the promotion.
Eric Anderson.
Yep, yep. He's always great to work with.
Yep.
So
You got him on Facebook?
yeah, yep.
You see it? He'd be like going to like Africa and killing like
Oh yeah, dude.
crazy animals. That's crazy. I've been seeing him on there. He just all of a sudden he's got fucking taxidermied zebras and shit on his
Yeah,
walls.
yeah. He's living a life, dude. It looks great over there.
Yeah. No, it's definitely. I wonder where he like. He probably doesn't get his most of his money from fucking fighting, or not fighting, but just like I'm saying the promotion.
Right.
I wonder what he does. Wonder what dude does out of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I seen on your Tapology when they ask your fighting style, your foundation style. What's with that? What's with the? How do you say that? Capoeira? Capora?
Yeah, it's like African dance fighting. I put that on there.
Yeah.
I put that on there like right after my debut or right before my debut. I was like, dude, let's just throw something crazy on there, and I just haven't changed it since. I was gonna put wrestling on there, but I'm like, yeah, let's
That's
do
the
something
thing.
different. Yeah, let's capoeira. Never even tried it once, but if anybody
Yeah.
asks, you know.
You don't got none of the moves. You're gonna have to show. You're gonna have to show some of it in this fight. You're gonna say that you are. You're gonna have to prove
Yeah,
it.
I'll study up a little bit beforehand.
All right, brother. Well, it was good talking to you. I'm gonna give you a chance to give just one last shout out to the people before the fight. Let them know what to expect. But I appreciate you coming on. It was a pleasure having you. Fights not this Saturday, but next Saturday, Three River Throwdown in La Crosse, Wisconsin, right?
Yep, yep.
Correct. Yes, sir. Yeah. So the floor is yours. Give us something to leave off on.
Yeah, man, just shout out to everybody that's been here to support. Like I said, I've been blessed with just a ton of support from my friends, family. I always have a decent crowd that shows up, even if I'm fighting in Iowa. I have 20, 30 people there, you know. Shout out to all my sponsors and yeah, man, I'm just like I'm blessed. I'm a blessed guy. You know, I have a beautiful family, got a daughter, kid on the way, beautiful girlfriend, brothers, sister. Love everybody, dude. My mom, my dad, grandma, everybody just supports.
Mm.
You know, my grandparents are coming down to this one. I have my aunt and uncle coming down to this one. This will be the first time they come down. Another one of my aunts is coming down, her first time. They've all watched it on TV, but this is going to be like the first time a lot of these guys are in person. A lot of guys from my high school are coming down. Some of my hometown friends and stuff are all coming out. So it's going to be a big show, and I just can't wait to see everybody there. You know.
That's gonna be wrong. Well, brother, I appreciate you coming on. Fights 10 days outish, something like that.
Yeah, 10, I think.
Excited for it. Good luck. I appreciate you coming on, and I'll catch you later.
Sounds good. Appreciate you, brother.